What's going on, YouTube? Out here today with the Traxxas Rustler 4x4. Not much has changed since you've last seen it. I think the only change is we got some blue arms on there. In the process of putting on the arms, the rear hinge pins on the outer side got stuck in there. I had some screw-in ones. They got stuck inside the aluminum ones. So I have the plastic stock ones on here for now. I think after this run we'll hit the hobby shop and get a new set of aluminum ones and slap those bad boys on there and call it a day. For some reason, the rear ride height is higher than it was before, at least from what I remember. Not by a lot, just by a little bit. Makes it look slightly off, although it could be the damage to the body that's just throwing it off to my eye, but who knows. Anyway, it's a little wet out here today, so she's gonna get dirty and filthy, but we're out here to have some fun, so that doesn't really matter. Just getting the steering trim right. It's kind of cold out here today, so probably end up breaking something. So she doesn't want to turn right. What do we have going on there? Let me adjust that. We'll be right back. Okay, so the problem there was my steering endpoints. The endpoints set up to stop earlier than they should. I have them at about 60%, just to stop the hot racing servo saver from hitting into the center drive shaft on full turn. So got that adjusted, and we've got turning back in both directions. I adjusted it last time when I put on the oh gosh, what was it? What did I adjust on the front of this thing? Oh, when I was doing the arms, I believe I adjusted the servo saver a little bit, and I adjusted the endpoints, but I did that inside my house, so it wasn't really done too well. I didn't have enough space to get a full turning radius. But now we're doing much better. Car's driving nice. Also, I stuck the ESC in there a little bit better than it was and managed to get it slightly sitting lower inside the chassis. I just took some shoe goo and shoe gooed the Lexan right down to the chassis, and then double-sided taped the ESC down to the Lexan. So hopefully she'll stay in there a little better than before and not cause us any issues. Really got to do better about landing with no throttle on. I think that's what's been adding to the destruction of my rear differential. But who knows? We will only tell when I get better at driving. I do enjoy driving this car quite a bit. I do enjoy the look of it also without the wheelie bar on it. I just wish there was a way for me to stop the damage of the rear end. Just look at that wing. It's standing almost up straight. When it hits the ground on a wheelie, the body just bends right up, and the wing itself gets a little bit of a bend to it, and even the inside, the roll cage, I guess you'd call it, inside the body, even gets a little bend to it as well. I really wish there was a way to stop that. Basically, it's either leave the wheelie bar on and deal with the damage of the body itself in the rear end, because it'll still bend, it gets stuck under there, it chews it up. The wheelie bar just really beats up on it. Or you run without the wheelie bar like this, and you get the wing standing straight up like that, and the damage to the body anyway due to the wing hitting the ground. So it's kind of a give and take. At this point, it's really a visual thing. What do you like the look of more, with a wheelie bar or without? Because either way, you're going to get that damage. I do so hope another company comes out with another body soon for this that maybe does something a little different as far as the wing is concerned. Moves it slightly forward or slightly higher so that it doesn't hit the ground on a wheelie. I don't know, maybe an aftermarket wheelie bar that's more rigid, that will hold it better. I don't know. Definitely need to do something though, because it irritates the heck out of me to have such a nice body and just have the rear end completely destroyed while the front end is still in almost pristine condition. If you look at the front, barely any damage on the front end, and then you get to the last eighth of it and it's just destroyed. So can't really do too much about it now. Maybe we'll get a new body soon and start again from the beginning. But hey, that's what these things are. You get a new body, paint it up, and you run something different. So it's actually not as muddy out here as I thought it was going to be. You can see the ground is still a little bit wet, but there's no real mud piles. The car seems to be staying pretty clean and pretty dry, and I am totally okay with this. There's also much less goose poop on this side of the park. As you can see over there where the bleachers are, that's the ball field where we run sometimes. And there's just tons and tons and tons of goose poop over there. Over here the grass is kind of messed up a little bit, so the geese don't really like to hang out on this side. This is also the more popular side of the park. The basketball courts here are quite used by, I guess, younger people, teenagers. They love to come here and play basketball. So it's pretty heavily used part of the park. That's why I run on the baseball field sometimes, because if they got a lot of people over here playing basketball, I really don't want to disturb them with the noise of the car going crazy. Can be a little distracting, especially if they are, it's not really competitive games, but you know, since there's so many of them, they do quite enjoy themselves, and I don't want to stop that. So when there's a lot of people over there, I'll just run over on the baseball field and call it a day. It's not like this jump over here is anything crazy. We do get some air time off of it, but it's definitely not a large jump, so not a huge deal if I don't get to go off of the jump because some kids want to have some fun playing ball. Alright, we're back. Oh, we're just destroying the back end of this body today. May end up putting on a wheelie bar again. I don't know. We'll see. Oh. That's what killed the Slash last time, and bent one of the drive shafts. Actually, it didn't even bend the drive shaft, it bent the little metal end of the drive shaft, because the rest of them are plastic. So that little metal piece that's on the end is actually what bent on the Slash last time, and we had a little tumble-wumble just like that. So I think on the On the Creighton, when I get a new body for that, I think we're gonna go with a all black setup on the Creighton. I think we're gonna get all black accessories. We're gonna black out the body and just go straight up midnight black theme. So it's definitely possible for me to gear this car up a little bit further. Max temps we hit even in 80-90 degree weather is about 140, 150 degrees. So we've still got a little bit of room to go up another tooth or two without having to worry about stopping to let her cool down. We'll see. And then if we want to give it time to cool down, hey, the sky's the limit. We got a lot more room to go. And we're also still only on 3S. This car is capable of 6, but probably only drivable on 4. So we'll see. I do have some 4S batteries on my wish list. We'll see when they come in. It's not going to be a regular thing for this car. It's kind of a special occasion type thing. Well, we had a first, and I didn't even catch it on camera. We had a tumble-wumble, and the body flew off the damn car. Wow, that was definitely a first for me. Let's see, got any damage? Fans are running. Wiring looks okay. Everything looks good. Let's get the body back on and keep going. So basically what happened there was I bring 2 batteries with me whenever I drive this car or the Slash, just because it's the amount of run time that I like to have and have a good time with. It does make for a longer video, but I end up chopping out most of the footage where I don't have anything to say, and I just kind of enjoy myself. So, oh gosh, look at that left wheel. I think all is well. It's just that weird positioning and the body's all jacked up in the back. Yep, it was just a trick of the eye, I believe. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see. Head to the hobby shop after this. Grab those rear aluminum pieces. Toss them on there. She'll be back to normal. Look at that body, all jacked up in the rear end. But anyway, as I was saying, I bring 2 batteries out whenever I go out with this or the Slash, just for my own personal enjoyment. Most of the video gets hacked out, but lately sometimes I've been just kind of running myself without filming, and lately that's when the craziest stuff has been happening. It's when I've been breaking the cars, and in this case, when the body's been flying off. So, yeah, that's why that wasn't on film. Anyway, I'm going to stop doing that and just film everything and pack out all the useless crap. So, yeah, that won't happen again. Sorry about that. I should have had that on film. Ooh. So I do have a Run Can 5 on my wish list for Christmas, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get some onboard footage going sometime soon. Who knows? They also have a 1080 camera that you could stick on there for about 40 bucks as opposed to 100. And they've discontinued the GoPro Session 5, or the Session line in general, so we won't see any more of them. So I think it's going to be on some smaller companies to fill that gap. Right now the Run Cam seems to be the best of the bunch, but who knows, that little Dolphin 1080 thing might be worth it. It's only 40 bucks right now, so may end up picking up both of them. I hear they do get easily destroyed, especially with the purposes that I'm looking for them. So, might end up just picking up both. That's a bad habit I gotta break. I was just running around again without filming. So, I gotta stop doing that. Even if we are just running around here, I can always cut out the footage later. Got plenty of space on the SD card, so we're good to go. Got a little distracted there. Heard a snap noise when I was up there last time. Just trying to figure out what it was, but everything seems to be working just fine. Nothing seems to be broken. I think maybe we just ran over a stick or something. But we'll find out later when we get home and give her a closer inspection. This is still my favorite car over the Creighton right now. The Creighton is definitely fun to drive, and so far I haven't broken anything on it, which is great. But the speed is just not there for me. Speed and power. This thing is just a beast, but then again, it has the same motor in it that the Creighton does, and it's much smaller and much lighter. So yeah, it also has the same gearing the Creighton does, I believe. Definitely the same pinion, maybe the same count of teeth on the spur. I doubt that, but who knows. Have to check up on that later. Anyway, this car definitely just has the power and the speed to keep me happy. The Creighton needs a little bit more punch to it. I think we'll end up swapping the motor out of the Creighton, putting that motor into the Slash, getting a Hobby Wing Max 8 on the Slash, taking out the ESC on the Creighton and maybe putting a Max 6 in there. And those cars will swap some parts, get some new ones, and everybody will be happy. Still can't decide what motor I want to do with the Creighton. May end up with a Hobby Star motor. They do look pretty awesome and pretty fast on Rich Duperbash's videos. So might end up throwing one of them in the Creighton and get some real speed going on. I don't think I'll be going off any jumps like he does, but it'll be nice to at least have the speed and power if I do ever get that opportunity. Oh, alright guys, almost forgot to film an outro. So we broke part of the slipper clutch again. Not a problem, I have the pieces to fix it. We'll go home and swap her out, head to the hobby store, get the parts we used, and yeah, she'll be back to running order. Not a huge deal, ended on a nice little backflip. So thanks for watching guys, please like and subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell.